Okay, we're live.
It's Dottie's world. It's Dottie's world. It's Dottie's world. It's Dottie's world.
Awesome. I love it.
All right.
This is Dottie's World. I'm Dottie, obviously, and I'm here with my friend, Mr. Crumb. So,
hi. Thanks for having me.
Subscribe to his channel. It's in the description. And yeah, we're just going to maybe play some music and chat about whatever we want. So, hello to everyone in chat. And yeah, so how are you doing, Crumb?
I'm great. I'm in YouTube jail, but I'm happy I got to get to be on a stream this week. I wasn't able to on Sunday because I posted a video like right before. I should have waited till Monday, but I posted it, and I'm in YouTube jail. So, but it's nice. I didn't want to lose a week of streaming. I was getting a little antsy, so thank you.
I feel that. It's funny because when you message me on Sunday and you're like, oh, my channel is on a strike, I can't live stream, because I've been enjoying your piano streams on Sunday night so much. They're such a great way to start the week, and they're so high frequency and just good vibes and good times. And so yeah, when you said that you were on a strike, I have been on a strike for the past 2 months, maybe. I don't know when my strike got lifted, but it was a copyright strike, and those ones last for quite a while. And so,
what was the song or copyright you were doing?
Well, so the big thing that I do lately is story time. And so I am reading the Chronicles of Narnia to people. And so I like to share my screen of a nice relaxing fireplace, and I haven't had problems with them, except I have had 2 videos taken down, and then the third one, I guess I got a copyright strike for using someone's fireplace, and like one guy wanted me to pay for it, and I don't know if he was the one that ended up striking me. I really don't know. YouTube is very just wow. They don't really tell you a lot of information.
They just make the rules up as they go. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
We're constantly breaking the new guidelines that they're making up. It's insane.
Exactly. And so, yeah, the past 2 months I have been on a strike, not able to live stream. And so I did a couple live streams on Instagram and uploaded those here. But yeah, when you messaged me that you were on a strike, I was like, well, I wonder if my strike is lifted. And then I ended up going live in my car while I was driving, super dangerous and like rebel.
Well, it's odd that they would give you a strike because you're not like you're not monetized, right, or anything.
I'm not monetized. I have 441 subscribers. On my story times, I get 25 to 60 views. Like, it's not like my videos go viral.
The copyright strike you got was for the view of the fireplace or the sound of the crackling or something. Was that like?
I don't know. Yeah, I just
that's wild.
A fireplace on YouTube that I liked and just screen shared that fireplace. And I've used many different ones. Like I've found a bunch of different ones, and I thought like, oh well, they're free. I figured it was fine, and like all
that must have been the person who made it must have that was their idea, I think, because I've got them copyright. I get copyright strikes. Well, not strikes, but if I sing like if I find myself in times of trouble, like if I kept singing that, you're gonna get something at the end of this that says, "Oh, you use the melody for Let It Be." What is that? How do they even know? Like, how?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like when you're playing it yourself, like how is that not okay? Like it doesn't make.
It was okay a year ago. I don't understand. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I looked into it more because I've been working on this really cool skit with AC/DC, but it's ACDC. I think I showed it to you. Yeah. And it's coming out next week. And but I looked into it, and you can play up to 10 seconds of copyrighted materials of each song, and that's free. And other than that, you might get some issues. And it's up to the the publishing holder if they want to give you a strike or not, or have just become non-monetized. Bunch of nonsense, all nonsense, but there are ways around it, I guess. I don't know. I'm just learning.
Yeah. Every time I upload one of, I call them Big Bear Jams, and so it's just Owen Benjamin's piano, they always put up a disclaimer that it's like not a copyright, but it just says something like, oh, you're not allowed to like promote this or something. Like they let me upload it, but then they're just like, well, we're not going to tell people about this or whatever because you use someone else's thing. And I'm like, Owen says on every one of his streams, cut this up, make whatever you want with it. I'm like, do you want me to write him a letter and ask him and read that on stream so that you know that like it's fine? But
they're crumbling. Right? YouTube is just out of control. Like as tyrannical as they are, it just shows how much their whole foundation is just crumbling. Right. You know, and so no, it's really ridiculous. Then you know, people are kind of going along with it, but you know, and advocating for more speech to be taken away and all these rights, and saying, well, you know, it's a private platform and it's their rules, and that's like, no, it's not. Like, actually, if you look at the guidelines, they keep changing, and it's highly illegal to just keep changing terms and conditions. But you know, there's no one I can get on the phone at YouTube. Like I knew when I got when I peeled it as I'm writing it and I'm putting all this legal stuff, you know, actually saying like it is completely illegal to assume that I would know what the thoughts are of the Who. That's what they said. They said this violates what the narrative of the Who of, you know, and you know, I was talking about an issue that the Who has not even weighed in on yet because it's so new. There is no official, you know, and so I said, you know, and my dad's a lawyer, like my whole family's lawyers. I worded it so like I forget the word I used, but it's I can't think of it right now. But there's a word that's like illegal to like it's a request that's not realistic, and so that's not a cool thing to just add in and say, well, you didn't do this. Well, that's impossible. I don't know what what the organization thinks. And so I wrote this and I thought it would be I thought maybe this will work. They'll give me my channel back. And they just came back with that generic, we're sorry, we looked through it and we just still decided this. And then, because I then I got a strike on both channels, one that I've never ever used and got way more views on because I've never searched for conspiracy stuff on that one. So I think it was not like in like shadow banned.
Right.
So I had one subscriber, which was Mr. Crumb on my Christopher Crumb channel that I've never used for anything except for this. It got 2,000 views in 20 minutes. It was going viral and then it got cut off. So that channel was like, what? I forget where I was going with this, but I totally forgot where I was going with this.
Yeah, you were talking about the Who, and then
oh yeah. So on my Mr. Crumb channel, I wrote like a really nice thing, you know, and they just wrote back, sorry. So then I peeled the other one, and I just wrote, I know I'm not gonna you're not gonna reverse this. Right. I don't know how you idiots sleep at night. I just let them have it. It was like I was talking to the one person who's controlling everything. I'm like, you guys aren't going to get away with this. You will crash and burn. You know, enjoy it while you can because you will have blood on your hands. And I just and then they wrote back and said, hey, we reviewed everything and we still think that you deserve a strike. And I'm thinking, did I just yell at some bots? Like, is that all I did?
Yeah, exactly. You did. Yeah.
Do they even look at those? I don't think so. So
like when one of my videos was up, it was a story time, and the like owner of the fireplace, he contacted me and he was like, hey, you used my fireplace and you're not allowed to. And so I was like, okay, well, sometimes like you can kill them with kindness. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and be like really nice. And I was just like, oh, I didn't know that I was not allowed to use that. Your fireplace was just so beautiful. And I'm just reading a story to my friends. So I was like, if you want to give me like the link to your channel, I can update my description box and, you know, give you credit for your fireplace. And he was just like, no, you have to pay me 75 euros to use this. And so then I just didn't respond and I deleted that video because they had already deleted another one of my videos. So I was like,
Wait,
okay, well,
euros? He said euros?
yeah, 75 euros. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is in American dollars. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to figure it out and pay you. And so,
And
yeah, I
plus,
just,
yeah, European law doesn't apply here. I'm
right,
pretty sure it's
yeah,
fair use, like for video. The only
exactly.
thing that's
Yeah.
protected
So,
is audio. They can't do that,
yeah,
I don't
it's
think.
insane. So yeah, I just deleted that video and didn't respond after that. I was like, okay, well, I tried to be nice, and now I'm like,
That guy has
I'm not gonna
zero.
pay you. And
He's worried
then
about a
he,
channel with 400 subscribers. Like,
exactly, yeah,
this guy has
I'm like,
zero life.
I got 25 views on that video. I'm like, of just me reading a story. And I was
Wow.
like, I just thought it was nice and relaxing to have a fireplace
Yeah,
when I
you should
read
be
a story.
stoked that he used it.
Yeah,
Like, if somebody uses any of my music for anything, I'm stoked. It only helps
right.
me. I'm not like, oh no, I'm supposed to get my half
I
a
need
penny from
75 euros. And
yes, give me my 75 euro sandwiches or
so
something like
stupid, yeah. And so then
heroes.
when I deleted that video and then he emailed me again, he was like, "Hello, can you please respond?" And I was almost just like, "Listen, motherfucker,
Oh, he
like
was flirting with
no."
you. He
And
was flirting with you then. I
it
think
was,
he was probably
dude,
flirting with you.
he had to have been like
Yeah,
it's just
that
insanity.
sounds like he
And
wanted to get your attention. Now that I
yeah,
think about it.
but
Yeah.
yeah, after that, I'm like, no, I'm not going to respond. I'm like, if you had a brain, like you would know that I already deleted that video. So why would I then pay you to
Yeah.
for something that I already
It's in the
deleted?
past. I'm not going to pay you for something that's done. I
I'm
don't
like,
know you, dude.
yeah,
Like, what, you think my
it's,
conscience is going to make me give you my hard-earned money?
dude,
Fuck that.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
insanity. Yeah, but I'm just like, what is wrong with you? And he had, oh my gosh, like I can't remember his name, but it was super like just this super gamma like flaming stupid name. And I'm just like, you are
Like
such a
Stewart.
like
Stewart. Is it
it was
Stewart?
awful. Yeah, it was like a normal name, but it was spelled really weird and
Like
it was
Like
I
Jeff,
can't,
but Joffrey or
yeah,
something like
something
that.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm just like, you're just such a fancy boy, and you just, yeah, I'm like, you're not going to shame me into paying you 75 euros. And so I went and spent $40 on a fire pit because then I'm like, fuck you, I'm just going to have my own damn fire.
Yeah.
Like, screw you guys. And
Oh man, I've
yeah,
used so many of those kind of things in my background. Like at Christmas time, I just took a background from I look up ambient and then anything that's going on, so it's kind of moving. In fact,
right.
that's where Alex saw me do it first, and he got my idea, and I'm stoked on that. I'm not saying oh no, I'm stoked because like a week later he was doing it. I'm like yes, that's awesome. Like I helped, and so yeah, it's if you look up ambient backgrounds and it usually just has like it's more for like ASMR like the
Right.
but it's the most beautiful backgrounds that are a lot of fun to have, and so
Yeah, I've started looking up royalty free music and then I can share those. And because like I like to have, some kind of intro going while the stream gets up and
just
going.
okay, I'll save you that right now. I'll just record some for you and it's
Okay,
yours. Just
perfect.
tell me what you want. I'm here. Well, you don't have to deal with royalty free.
Right.
What do you want for an intro?
Um oh man, you really put me on the spot.
Well, we can work. I mean, what would be kind of good? Let's see here. I could put
Um
down a little beat.
yeah, I mean anything that's just like a nice intro, yeah, just like relaxing and peaceful and just kind of like eases you into the stream. And
All right, how about a little? Okay, so don't talk, so that you can use this. All right.
Lovely.
Yeah, there you go.
Very nice.
So just cut that up, and it's free.
Very
it's all
nice.
yours. It's
Perfect.
all yours.
Yeah. Awesome. That will be my intro.
I could do better. I could probably do better, but you know, like that sounds fine.
Eric says it was too soft. Awesome Austin gave a bunch of hearts. So
okay, a little harder, a little more, I'll rock it up a little bit.
Something
but nothing
relaxing
too crazy.
yet fun.
Relaxing and fun. Do you like piano? Do you want me? I can do any instrument if you like.
I like any music. It's all good. Yeah, as long as it's not, Cardi B singing about her wet ass pussy. Like, I'm down for good music.
You don't like that? Okay,
I
that
don't
makes
like
sense.
that. No,
not a fan.
I mean, if you want to do a rap, like that's fun.
No. I'm not a fan of that either. I literally wouldn't even know where to look for that kind of stuff anymore. Right. If it was made after like 1960, I don't really listen to it anymore. That's not really true, but for the most part, I like old music. Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
I get like super jammed up over classical music because I'm just like, oh, it's just like painting such a beautiful picture in your head. And
I know, yeah. I have a harp here, so like, how about I could do better than that, but Dottie's World. Dottie's World. I feel like you could hear the microphone picking up this more than the other thing. I'd have to do a good sound check to do it right, but we'll work on it. I promise.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll do that all day. Awesome. I should just do that. I should just stream 24/7. People just pop in and be like, "Hey, what do you want? Some free music here? It's yours. Take it."
Yeah, exactly. Just make intro music for people. Like, I think that would be awesome.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And then a year later, I'll be like, "Hey, I wrote that. It's mine. Pay me 75 euros. It's the plan. Yes, it's my money."
Yeah.
My real name is Ira. This is what I've been doing. This is my plan all along.
I need those last 5 shekels. I'm almost there.
Give me your shekels.
Awesome.
I love it. It's fun to talk like this. Ooh, how about some cinema strings? How about... You hear that okay?
Uh-huh.
And now it's time for Dottie's. You can't laugh. If you're gonna take this clip, okay.
I'll try to reel it in.
Reel it in. And that.
Awesome. Yeah.
Hold on, 1 second. I got this. So that this way you can record it and take it. And now it's time for Dottie's World. There you go. In case you want it. I don't know. I don't have the best voice for that. It's unless you want me to do like Beetlejuice. And now it's time for Dottie's World. There you go.
You do that so well. It's so good.
I've been working on my impressions. Anything that has like a rasp to it. I've been working on my Dr. Fauci. You want to hear it? Here he goes. As long as he's wearing the mask, he should be all right. We need to sit down, and if we're lucky, we can maybe go back to normal in about 2 or 3 decades. But for now, we got to keep wearing the mask, and we got to keep this mask up. So that's what I'm working on.
I love it. Your Fauci sounds like almost like he's trying to be the Joker, and but he's just like just too small and weak and
If we just stay locked down for 2 weeks, and wear the mask. He's obsessed with that stupid mask, and he has that British act or that Boston mask.
it's crazy right now. So like this whole last year and a half, like all my friends on Facebook are just super divided. Like luckily I have mostly flat earth friends on there, which makes it really tolerable. But then like the normal people just come in to like
they're awful.
throw a clink in the wrench or what. I don't know what I was trying to say there. But
yeah.
so like this whole year and a half, they've been like, oh, the CDC says this, you have to do that, listen to them, blah, blah, blah. Well, now that they're starting to lift their restrictions, there's people like so mad about it. They're like, don't you dare listen to what the CDC is saying. Like, you better keep wearing your mask. And it's just like, you were just telling me for a year and a half that like I better listen to them and I better wear it. And now that they're saying, oh, it's okay if you take it off for this reason, that reason, they're like, no, don't listen to them about this. And it's
remember it was trust the authorities, trust the scientists, guys. Just listen. What do you know? You just watch a YouTube channel. You don't know anything. Listen to the authorities. And then the authorities say that they're like, they're in hell though. I mean,
you don't listen to that. Like, listen to this, but no, don't listen to that part. And it's crazy.
One of the things I realized pretty early on, and it was when I saw everybody doing the whole "come on, guys, just 2 weeks" thing. That was like the worst 2 weeks of my life because I was watching something before a lot of people were probably thinking what it was. I literally have been preparing for this for like years, and when I saw that, I was just like, "Oh my God, you guys are all falling for it. This is it." Like I had to mentally kind of just be like, "Fuck, I'm never really gonna talk to that guy again." Probably. I don't know how I can. I don't know how we're gonna relate on anything anymore.
Exactly. I think I was most shocked in this last year at just how many like very smart people that I know have just succumb to this nonsense, and they're like, there's so many people that will not interact with certain things that I post at all. Like if it's about gardens or food, they'll talk about that. But if I say anything about, against the narrative, that like there's a lot of people who are just like, nope, I'm not going there. Which in a way,
and they're like, why do you just want to talk about gardening? Why do you guys bring it there? It's because it's a big part of your life, and this is you want to express yourself and be true. I mean, you didn't go this far to cuck right there. You know what I mean? I'm a flat earther, but I won't talk about this. No, like it's really kind of made a divide where it's made people either be all no nonsense or just all nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's at a point where it's ridiculous. And I'm just so glad, like what you said. I mean, I was doing music stuff. And so like a lot of people saw me as that. I wasn't very vocal about my opinions until this year so much. So like, that was kind of tough for me because I lost a lot of, I didn't want them to see my shit anymore. I'm like, don't go away. Like you're not allowed to be a fan anymore. Because you're going to hate this. And quite frankly, they weren't ready to hear a lot of the stuff I wanted to say.
Right.
So I was just stuck in this, like, well, I got to find my tribe. I got to get to a place where I'm comfortable here because I'm stuck in limbo. Like it's not like it wasn't 2019 where I was just a flat earther and I would talk about it with people, but the world wasn't going insane then. So it wasn't like, it didn't affect anything. But now it's like, no, I can't go along with this. And so it feels free and the world's
definitely. Yeah. And it's definitely gotten to where like the quality of friendship is 100% more important than the quantity. Cause I would rather have, I've got 10 people here in chat. Like, I would rather have you 10 people than have, 5,000 people viewing this and, just having to ban people constantly and having to like
you've become permanently banned. You remember that one? Yeah. I miss the Owen banning days when he was drinking claws.
Banned for life, exactly.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's like, you're banned. You're banned. Those are he was just slamming claws, just learning about flat earth for the first time. Like, there's no fucking way we went to the moon.
Right.
That was like,
I know.
I remember when I was watching that, he got me into claws and I haven't stopped. But
Yeah, going through this journey with Owen has been like I it's almost like like with parenting, like I've enjoyed every age that my son has been at for different reasons.
mhm,
And that's like the same with Owen, is like I really enjoyed when he was, you know, drinking the claws and doing the moon landing stuff, but like I've so enjoyed being along for the whole ride and seeing
yeah.
where he is now, cuz like I found him when he was at, it was about like mid 300 streams, and now he's over 1,000. And
Mhm.
like that's a lot of time to watch someone like that. That's a big evolution in a person, you know. And so to see him grow so much in such a short time, and to
Once he
think
became a
like,
flat earther, he quit drinking. Like that
yeah.
put a lot into perspective for him, and I think it makes a lot of sense. I went through something kind of similar when I mean I definitely looked at things a little better and
Mhm.
appreciated things more.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm sure if I was in his position, or like anybody would, where like you get kicked out of Hollywood and like people are trying to discredit you and you don't even know if like, I mean, I'd be scared. Like I wouldn't want to be drunk at all. Like I'd be
Mhm.
paranoid to like, you know, not have my wits all the time. I think he kind
Exactly.
of realized what he was getting himself into by being someone that like will never accept nonsense. So then he was like, "Oh shit, is it really flat? Ah, crap!"
Right.
Because like he knew that he couldn't lie about that. He put himself in a so. I mean, obviously he's looking for truth, and and you know, honestly, yeah, it was like watching that was the best thing ever because
Mhm.
it was basically he was just showcasing what all of us went through in years, like in the condensed into a little time. And when he's yelling at everybody, all right, fucktard, you explain to me then. And he was genuine. It
Exactly.
was like this is it was like everything I've thought in 3 years condensed. And and I literally thought if this guy like if flat earth is bullshit and I've been taken for this ride, he's gonna find it, you know. And
Right.
so when he so I was like, okay, this is it, you know. And then he did it. He did exactly what I thought he would.
Mhm.
And and yeah, when he was like, there's no fucking way we're on a ball.
Yeah.
Uh, that was when I started getting really vocal to anybody and just stopped
Yeah.
caring at all what I looked like. Cause I'm like, that's it. Like, I'm not, I'm hopping on this before it's cool, you know,
Yeah.
because eventually, like, it's going to be exposed and people are going to, like, you know, maybe when we're older and we get to be rewarded by a glorious "I told you so." I mean,
Mhm.
that's, you know, like it's gonna be one really good one. I'm gonna put it up in like like the sky. I'm gonna like hire a jet to just write
Yeah.
"I told you so" or something. But we all kind of secretly have that fantasy of just, that's right, I was right all along, and you should have listened to me. I know. I mean, obviously it's more than that, but like, you know, there is a part of us that thinks that, and so
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, I found Flat Earth. It was November 2017, and it was Jeranism that one of his videos, it was comparing religion to scientism. And it just like, I'm a very strange one that like I knew that we weren't on a ball in within a week. Like it just hit, like binge watching his NASA stuff and just taking NASA out of the equation,
Mhm.
like that just that just
Yeah.
blew my head open. And then I found Owen, it was about the same time. And because my boyfriend at the time listened to him, and so I started listening. And so when I found him, I thought that he was already a flat earther, and then I realized that he wasn't. And but I was like, well, I enjoy what he's saying enough. Like he makes so much sense. It's obvious that he's, you know, speaking what he believes to be true. And like he was talking about just a lot of stuff that I thought was really interesting. So I, you know, I'm not going to like not listen to him just because he's not a flat earther. And but I still remember like the day that he's like, yeah, guys, I think tomorrow I'm gonna do a stream on the moon landing. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh yes, here we go. Like, let's
Oh
do
yeah,
this.
and it was
And
because of that everyone was like, "You're gonna be a flat earther now. You're gonna be a flat
yeah,
earther." He's like, "No, I'm not. What? Why?
like,
What does that
no.
have to do with anything?" And
Well,
then
and
that was that was
I think
awesome.
I think too that if he so because he was supposed to have a discussion with Eric Dubay, and then Eric, started
Oh,
being crazy.
Savanier.
Yeah, like he was
Oh, that was
literally
so
gonna have
funny.
Savanier on, and
Yeah,
then
he was gonna
Eric
prove him
started being
wrong.
his
I know.
normal
He's like, I
crazy
know.
self. And then he ended up having David Weiss on. And so
Yeah, David
I
handled
think
that
like
beautifully.
I think that was the best thing that ever could have happened, because if Owen had Savanye on, he would have gotten so pissed at Eric that like he would have
Yeah,
shut down the stream midstream, because
yeah,
Savanye is just so arrogant and just debate about everything. And like Owen would have he would have hated Flat Earth so much if he had him on. But
yeah.
instead he had David Weiss on, and like now they're like, best buddies, whatever. And then Owen ended up
Sure.
coming to the 2019 conference, and
That was so awesome.
it was
Yeah.
just it was such a different I can't imagine how it would have gone had he not gotten with David Weiss. Like if he'd gone with Savanya instead, like he would just
David did
like,
a great job reaching out to him, and I know
yeah,
he really like reached out. He did everything he could to get his attention,
exactly.
in like a cool way.
Yeah, like
Um,
not a
yeah,
psycho way, and just
because
like,
Owen doesn't
hey
have a lot
man,
of
like
guests
let's
on and
talk
stuff.
about
Like you don't see
this.
him talk
And
about a lot of people. Like he's like there's only been a few people he ever talks to or talks about. So
right.
that's yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and so yeah, it was just the best that Weiss was able to be that one to bridge the gap with him, because it just made him way more open to it, I think. Like because he
and way less scary and
yeah,
like and when you have all the tools like okay don't freak out, you don't have to like scour the internet and try to find like a non-grappled video. It's really tough. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
no, having him being like okay here's this is this.
yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean and Jaron honestly like if it wasn't for his calm approach to it and his
mm-hmm,
kind of snarky like smart alecky way.
yeah,
Because like the way he looked in my mind, hearing his voice is not at all like the way he looks in real life. I
exactly.
literally imagined this kid with like some snarky like college kid with big glasses, just
Right.
like totally just I don't know. And then I'm like, this guy's got a wife. And then when I got to know him, I'm like, of course. Like, but at first I just thought it was like this he was just this kid that was just like a genius that never really left the basement of just learning
Right.
all this shit, just the way he
Yeah.
was so eloquent and I loved his voice so much. I got like to a point where I couldn't sleep unless I was
Oh
listening
yeah.
to his voice. And so yeah, that's why I get so weird around him because like to me he's like the biggest celebrity, but it's like
Right. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
still feel that like I've been to, I think, seven or eight meetups, a couple that I've thrown myself, and then a handful of like big events in there. And when I went to, so I'd been to like, I think one, or I'd been to two meetups, and then I was going to go to Dallas 2019. And I was so nervous because I had met Mark Sargent and I'd met D Marble, but like Mark Sargent is still like, he's my number one celebrity crush. Like I couldn't care less about celebrities, like the real celebrities or whatever, but it's like
yeah.
Mark Sargent, Jaron, and like David Weiss, like those are my like celebrity picks now, and
100%. I told Jaron that in
yeah,
2018
like
at the first meetup. I said I went up to him and I'm like, I don't know, and he's just so
right,
approachable. It's just so silly because we were just like 10
exactly,
people at a meetup in a park. It's clearly this guy is not like a celebrity, but like I'm like,
right. To
you have
us,
no
it is
idea. He's
like
changed my life in such a beautiful way. Like
exactly.
it's consumed me. Like it's and I've playing in music and stuff. I would get that from a few people sometimes, but I never really understood that feeling. Because I'm like, if anybody tells me that, I'm like, no, you don't. You don't really. And so like it's funny to me. Like, I don't know, it's weird how you but it's more like I appreciate what they did for
Hmm.
my education and my
Right.
and my understanding of the world. I think like I would have paid like I would have paid what college costs to learn that stuff.
Hmm.
I wouldn't go to college and pay for that education, but it's worth what they gave to me was worth it. Was
Right.
worth in my
Exactly.
mind something like that. So I always feel in debt to them. That's why I always say whatever you guys want, like let me know if it could help. Like for like on me, just because I'll feel like there's nothing I could do to ever repay them for such a
Right.
gift,
Yeah.
and
But yeah, going to Dallas, like I had a moment that like it was it was just so exciting to me. Like I think the feeling that normal people would get if they knew they were going to say like the Grammys after party or whatever. That was the feeling that I got going to Dallas 2019 because I was like I like
yeah.
went into the breakfast hall and there was like the buffet or whatever and I just like freaked out because I was like oh my god I was like Jaron and David Weiss are sitting at a table. I was like they eat breakfast too and I was just like losing my freaking mind and then
And they were the
um,
same way too, Owen. I remember they were like,
mhm.
they were like, I'm gonna order the meat, so the meat instead of so they
Right,
didn't so Owen doesn't make fun of them and stuff. So we're all a little starstruck in our own little ways. It's
exactly
pretty cool. But
and
it's but nobody else. Like if De Niro sitting
it's
next to
just
me, I'd be like,
just these
move it, De
people.
Niro, get out of here. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, it totally. Yeah, like I used to be into celebrities, and like used to be like, "Oh my god, like if I met Harry Potter, like oh my gosh, like that would be just the world is wide open." But no, like going to Dallas and Brian Burton, he had an after party on the Saturday and um yeah, again, I had this moment that I was sitting on this ottoman and Jaron was sitting next to me. David Weiss was doing card tricks. Iru Landucci was there. Just Jack was there. And Mark Sargent was in the back. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like,
I
oh
know.
my God, like I made it. Like I'm
Yeah.
at the party. Like this is like my mind was just blowing. I'm like, I'm literally sitting on an ottoman next to Jaron. And like it still is like the best party ever.
Yeah.
We were there
I heard
until
about
like
that party. Was
6
that when
a.m.
that was that when Dave was doing the card trick
Yeah,
where he
they
had
were
somebody
doing
coughing
perfect.
or
Yeah.
something?
Dude,
Yeah,
it was
that's pretty
it was
funny.
just literally there was nothing else that could ever top that. I was just like totally fangirling out. I'm just like, dude,
Yeah.
like I'm sitting next to Jaron, like David Weiss is blowing our mind with card tricks. And I was just, oh my gosh, it's definitely one of the best memories
Isn't
I
that cool? I
ever
don't even know if they
had in my life.
realize what they've done, or I think they're just too humble to allow themselves to to notice that kind of stuff, or at least
Mhm.
engage in that
Yeah,
egoic mindset.
because I
Um,
mean, when you get down to it, like they are just normal people, they're just
sure,
they're people who would have your back if you need it, or like they're just regular people like us, but it's
yeah.
just the fact that they did something that changed everything,
You know
and
what's weird is in 2018 when I met them, I told his wife Missa because he was busy talking. In the first meetup, I gave my card. I said, "Let me give like music lessons," and so I started giving Missa ukulele lessons for free. And
nice.
then I listened on their Monday show, and they said, "Oh, we have a friend now," and then they're like. And she said, "Yeah, we have a friend, Crumb," and they were like making it sound like I was the only friend that they may have had. I didn't even, I'm too starstruck to really call them all the time and stuff.
Right.
So when I was like, "Wait a minute, how do they not have like 1,000 friends? Like they're the most
Right.
awesome people." But I think it's such more of like a niche. Like there's, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know how much that is. I assume that their emails are flooded with people, but it's probably more
Right.
conspiratorial, like just instead of like in a friend way.
Right.
Yeah, but it was cool. They're like, oh, and then they said we don't have any friends, and then Miss says like we had well, what about Crumb? And he goes, well, yeah, but he's a flat earther. Like I don't have any others. Like we're all in our little niche. And I remember
Right.
hearing that. I'm like, what? how's that possible? I'm the coolest
Right.
dude ever. Like, and I know,
Right.
and I think that's why Alex Stein reached out to him, because he was probably thinking the same thing. He's like, what the hell is going on here? Why is this guy not like have like 1,000 friends and stuff?
Right.
Like, you know, so, but yeah, I mean, but it's probably because that was a time when there was like a lot of Red's rhetoric bullshit and all that. It was
Mhm.
a lot harder. Like
Yeah.
the arguments of the flat earth community weren't finely tuned yet. And a lot of times they would get like, it was easier to fall, you know, to like, you know, ridicule. And then like, it just like, we've gotten so much better over the years
Mhm.
that stuff like that just doesn't happen anymore. But when I would hear like debates where, you know, Jaron might be like losing, not like by what he's saying, but just by
Mhm.
like, you know, there's just so much energy of just shitty energy, like kind of taking
Right.
over. You know, that would happen. And that would, so I can't imagine the backlash like in the early years of, you know, people like Jaron that just, there's only like a few people that would put their name on and their face to it.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, and so I look at it like they one day when this comes out, people, and it will, people are going to wonder who first did this stuff, and they're going to, whether they like it or not, they're going to be pretty well known, I think.
Yeah, for
You
sure,
know?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like at this point there's just too many channels to keep up with, you know. So like I keep up with the same ones that I have, you know, like Globebusters and Jaron and Mark and like so crazy that just by me going to some meetups and then I like had Mark on my channel and then finally got up the nerve to start calling into his show. Now like I've become famous in a weird way and
If
it's
you don't
dude,
call, it's
it's
weird.
like it's so weird.
Hi,
I
Dottie.
often recognize me at the airport. Like that was a really like a very strange moment for me because I'm just like, what is going on? Like I literally just got recognized. Like how does this happen? And so yeah, like going to going to Dallas 2019 was that was a pivotal moment for me because I'd been flat earth since 2017. So it was almost 2 years when I went to Dallas. And so yeah, I'd been calling into Strange World. I called into Jaren's a few times, but going there and finding so many people who knew me and finally loved me and accepted me for everything I was like that really changed everything with me. I mean, I came home and I broke up with my shitty boyfriend cuz I'm just like, dude, I can't stand to be around you anymore. And he was the one who showed me the Jaren video that like woke me up, you know, like he was fine with all this stuff, but like he just wasn't on the level that I was. And I was just like, dude, I just spent a weekend with like hundreds of people and like obviously I hung out with, you know, a handful of people most, like the ones that I'm still really close with, but I was like I had never experienced anything where people they just wanted to be around me just because I was me and like
Yeah.
that just had never happened. And now like I never thought I would have a YouTube channel. I never thought I would be okay with live streaming or whatever. And just
Yeah.
constantly now like going to so many events and conferences like I used to never travel by myself. Like I was terrified to go to Dallas because I hadn't traveled by myself for years and I was so just nervous. I'm like, oh my God, like I don't know any of these people. Like I'd met a couple, but I'm like, I don't know any of these people. But everybody just welcomed me in and they're just like, girl, you're part of the family. Like you
Yeah.
belong here. And I was like, yes, like these are my people. Like
Yeah, no,
finally.
I realized that, you know, like some people are born like to be like in like a sports mind. Some people are born, they're just, you know, they have the similar traits all over, whether they were raised together or not. And I noticed that, yeah, there's a similar thing going on, like with this community. We all have just refused nonsense forever,
Mhm.
and we've just had to be like, I don't think that's right, or maybe it's more of like we recognize what mental freedom really is.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're kind of a little more astute to that. And I'm not trying to, say that we're awesome there, because I'm sure I know a lot of us like fail in other aspects, but we're really, we put a lot of importance on, no, I'm not going to go along with nonsense, or no, I'm not like I can't lie to myself and go along with it. Like, it bothers us enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you mentioned earlier, you have a lot of smart friends and they don't see it. Intelligence has nothing to do with it. It really comes down to being free in our minds and respecting our brains enough to like not be manipulated outside. And I think that's what it really boils down to. So this community, like, they just won't take shit, and they're strong because they've been used to being like, I'm sure we've all had to be like, okay, I'm gonna look crazy to this person. Don't care. Exactly. That thought scares a lot of people. That's a big bridge to cross. Just being like, that's fine. You can think I'm crazy. Go ahead.
It's like going against the grain and being the outcast. Like, people are so scared of that, and I really haven't ever had a whole lot of that. And I think like part of it was because I was really big into acting in high school. Like, acting class was my thing. Some people were like the band geeks or like the cheerleader or whatever. No, I was the acting, like the drama girl.
Really?
And
I want to see you act. Can you do some acting for me right now?
I mean, for my last play, I memorized a 37-line monologue, and so that was
what. Can we get a little bit of that?
I don't remember it now. I mean, it was forever ago, but I mean, I'm sure if I read through it, I would remember it. It was A Midsummer Night's Dream. Ooh. And I got to be Queen of the Fairies. And
oh my, let me know. Let's do a stream where we're acting.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do a live acting stream. I'll be a character. That's awesome.
So with that class, like, I just learned like to not be embarrassed being in front of people and not be scared to be like outlandish or loud or whatever. And so then I don't know, I think coming to Flat Earth was so just very easy to me, because so much of the world didn't make sense to me, and I didn't understand why.
Something's off. Something just felt off forever.
I used to be a huge NASA fangirl and all that, but I was pretty aware of like food corruption and government corruption and money is a scam. Like, I was pretty aware of all that stuff. And so then when Flat Earth hit me, I was just like, oh, okay.
That's why everything
why everything else didn't make sense, because like we're not spinning on a rock flying through a fucking vacuum, like we're not doing that. Like, we were created, and like it made so much sense to me that
I like to look at it like it's a crossword puzzle, and the first long word is just the wrong word. Like, it's close. You know what I mean? Like, if you do that, then okay, it
does fit.
Like a six letter word for a force that goes down, gravity or density. And so like, and then if you put the wrong one in every other word, you try to make it work, but it's not fitting. It just doesn't have that feel of the right feel. And that's when I realized, the word in the middle, the main one that was wrong was the spinning ball. And that's why everything that's attached, they're trying to put in this freaking thing, it's all wrong. And that's the thing. Yeah. And that makes sense of why our money is the way it is. That makes sense. It just makes the sense. There isn't a lot of conspiracies. There's just one. It really is. It's just one, and it all ties to that. Why the lie, and like why all this deception? Like, they're just constantly doing damage control on that one awful stupid lie that they did. Or I like to tell people when I talk about Flat Earth, because that's always what they think is, why the lie? Why would they lie to me? And I try to settle them down with this sobering thought, well, not a comforting thought, that I say, I don't know. I don't think they are lying to you. I think it's most likely that they thought it was a ball, like according to the science, and then as technology got on, like they realized they were wrong, but they thought it was it would. They were just didn't want to put that on the people. It would change too much. So maybe they just maybe they're just trying to ease their way into it so we don't freak out. I try not. I because I don't know. It could be that. I mean, that's the best case scenario, and there's probably not. But like, at least that doesn't make them think that there's this like dark force that's like doing what they actually are doing, because that's the scariest part, is to realize, holy shit, like they're not doing it for our benefit. They don't love us. That we actually are, and then that's the scariest part. So like, that's why all the proofs of flat Earth are obvious to anybody that has any intelligence.
Right.
It just never gets through because they can't wrap their head around. But the world, I think, is like this. And so that's the real argument if you're having it with anybody. It doesn't matter the specifics. I say this, and the real argument is this is how they really view you. And they're like, no, it's not. That's not. They love me. They love me. Like, no, it's scarier than you think. And that's the argument. Like, that's really the only argument. And everything else is just like saying, oh, flat Earth or the curvature. You can say all these specifics, make perfect sense to anybody with an open mind. But that's not really the argument. The argument is, I'm sorry, the world's not what you think it is. And and that's
some people, they just, even if like whoever, the people who try to control this realm, if they came out and said, you know what, guys? Yeah, all this shit that we've been telling you, it was a lie. There's still some people who would not believe it at all. Like, for whatever reason, like everybody is at a different frequency, and some people just they're not at the frequency to.
Well, they're not ready. Yeah, like it's like a family. If there's like a family and like it's obvious that like the uncle keeps molesting the niece, and like but they are like a high esteemed family. Everybody loves them. That they're very well respected, and that would crumble their entire world. And even though it's obvious, like they'll go along with it because they just can't go. I mean, we all do it to a certain extent. I mean, it's
the truth is it can be very painful. Like it was not. Like I was such a NASA fangirl that like it hurt having to just let go.
I cried when I read The Martian, and that was just like a year before I looked into flat Earth. I literally cried. I was like, I can't believe they figured out how to get him off that thing. I'm like, wow, what a genius book.
My son's dad, like a month ago, he told me that like I've been trying so hard to get that guy to stop watching the news. Like I really, really try, but it's like you can't make someone do something. You just can't. And so he told me that he was crying over the George Floyd trial, and I was just like, what? Like, what are you? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, that trial was just, it was so hard to watch. And I was just like crying. I was so upset. And I'm just like,
turn it off.
I'm like, okay, I'm like, where's our son? Because him and I need to leave. And and I asked my son after, I was like, were you watching the news, Trent? And he's like, no, I never watch the news. I'm like, good, please don't. I was like, that shit is a lie. Like it is not there to help you. I was like, thank you for like being polite to your dad and whatever, but I was like, dude, don't watch the news. Like it's not good for you at all. And he's just like, okay, cool. He's like, I don't enjoy watching it, so I just don't. But I just like tell him flat out. I'm like, dude, that stuff, like it's you poison. Can't watch it. Like it's so bad.
It's so bad now. It really is awful. Like my dad's like obsessed with it, and it's just like it's every day. Like now it's just like pushing vax and like the whole news is just, if you're gonna wear a mask, you gotta be not fat. Like it's just, is there anything else? This is so obvious at this point. Like when did the news just be like just telling you what to do and saying organizations that aren't legally related, like, oh, does the CDC say I can do something? Is that the world we live in? Does the CDC make the laws now? Exactly. And they're like, well, the CDC says that we're allowed to not suffer. when, and I have a theory. I want to run by it. So check this out. This whole year has been, in the beginning, it was all about like, oh, the stores were complying with the state's rules. Like they were afraid of being shut down. They're like, well, we got to enforce the mask and we got to have the lockdowns and we got to do all this stuff because we don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to, they were trying to just not get in trouble from the government that was enforcing the rules.
They don't want the
even though they weren't law. They were law.
Government to come and spank them because they've been a naughty boy. Like they're just like, okay, well.
So this is what's happened though. Like if it was a year ago and stores were like enforcing this mask when the state wasn't pushing it, the people would be like, "Fuck you! You're not gonna, who do you think you are? A store telling us what to do?" But they've conditioned us over the year. They have, at first it was the government was forcing rules, and then they're like, oh, and now that the stores have been conditioned this long, they're saying, oh, stores can do whatever they want. Where were they when we couldn't bake? When they couldn't bake, they had to bake a fucking cake for a gay couple. That was a big deal. They didn't have the right to do that. They couldn't, whatever. But now it's like, oh, they're private. No, they're not. Nothing about that makes any sense. But the public thinks. So this is what happened. They were able to convince the public to give their authority from the state, communism, to like more of a fascist kind of like private corporate rule. And now we're like, oh, well, when I walk into a store now, I must ask them, what are your policies on whether I'm allowed to be in here with this? What do I have to ask every fucking store I go into what their specific policies are? Oh, it's not up to them. It's ridiculous. But we've now, after like a year of just brainwashed sheep, like we're 2 years ago, if they would have said, oh yeah, we require you to have a medical intervention of your breathing for something that's nothing. Do you know it's completely legal by the Supreme Court to not have to wear shoes inside of, they deem that like you can't enforce that because it has nothing to do with the store and it's not a safety risk. Right. And so like you can legally walk, like that's not a real thing. And neither is this. It's just amazing how everybody's like, well, they're a private business, even though that's not true. They're a public, I forget the name of it. But yeah, it's just weird. Like that's, none of this would have flown. It's all the boiling frog thing.
Right. And it's interesting how, a few thousand old people die from flu season and we have to shut the whole fucking world down. But now that people are starting to have issues and die from the cure, that's just a coincidence.
Oh yeah. There was one lady that died of natural causes 15 minutes after taking it. From natural causes. She was just 15 minutes away from just her naturally. Hank Aaron came out and said, everybody, I'll show you that there's nothing wrong with this, and dies 2 weeks later from natural causes. And I remember, but when a guy on a motorcycle dies and they test him for COVID, it's COVID.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I knew the whole year that this shit was bullshit, but back in it was probably April or May, I think, when the president of Australia or something, he tested it. Used the test on a papaya and on a goat, and it came back, and I was just like,
he's the only political leader in all of COVID that's died of COVID because he's the only one that said anything about it. He died of COVID. He was Epstein for sure.
Who have been suicided with a double gunshot wound to the head. Like,
right, exactly.
Come on,
no politician has died from this. Except for the one that said, no, I'm not going along with
the one who tested a goat and a piece of fruit. And he's like,
because he wasn't wearing the mask. If he was just wearing the mask, he'd be fine.
Your guys' tests are whack. Like, get out of here. And, just whoopsie, he died. Like, oh, shocking.
It's so obvious. It's so obvious.
Yeah. It's insane that people can't, they can't see it. Like, it's so painful for them to just admit that they've been lied to, that they will stay in their bubble and they will not I don't know why. I don't know why it is that some of us have the frequency that we can see it, but other people, like, they just
we get some were
don't
given eyes to see. I
understand.
mean,
Yeah.
I think it's, I would rather be in this situation than anywhere else, so I can't complain
Hmm.
because I would rather be someone that sees it, that's annoyed by people who don't, than not see it. So I mean, I can't imagine a better situation to actually be in, even though it sucks. Like,
Hmm.
I wouldn't want to be like really rich. I'm love where I'm at. Like, I love all the problems I have. I wouldn't want to be in a situation where there's all this, so we're in a good place. It's
Right.
better than anything I could ever imagine. It's just still they get to us,
Yeah.
and because none of this ends without them waking up. There's not enough of us. We can't just, what are we supposed to do? Like, if 80% of the world just decides to be zombies, like,
Right.
we can't do anything about it. Like,
Yeah.
all we can do is just mentally check out and find our tribe and grow and make life more substantial. And I
Yeah.
think that's what we're doing, and keeping positive vibes, like you say. I think it's important.
It really is. Yeah. And just connecting with other people who understand, be it, on a live stream or going to meetups or just talking to, like, I don't really in general try to talk to a lot of strangers. There is a couple that comes into my store. I work at Walmart, but I don't work for Walmart. I'm a garden vendor, but so
Love it.
there's a couple who has come in the whole time that I've worked there, and they always make me laugh because they're like, they've been the only people this whole time. They don't wear masks, and they have a Make America Great hats on, and but so the other day when they came in, I was like, hey, we were like all outside. I was putting plants out, and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know that, like, I know we haven't ever talked, but I always enjoy seeing you guys in the store because you're the only people I ever see that don't have a
Oh,
mask on. And at this point, less people are starting to wear the masks, but I know for a fact there are people who got the vaccine. So I'm like, not really as excited to see you people. These two, though, they haven't worn one at all the whole time. And so I know that they're just like, fuck that, we ain't doing this. But yeah, I just
yeah,
told them flat out, I was like, hey, like, I really enjoy seeing you guys in the store because, like,
yeah.
you guys, I can actually see your face, and like,
That's why it's important to
I
not wear
really
one or to go
appreciate
along
it.
with this stuff, because
Yeah,
you don't do it for you. You do it for the
yeah,
person who's on the fence, who believes the same, but they need a little extra, like, societal encouragement. So when I'm
yeah,
walking around, like, because I I don't know how, but I just don't care anymore, because
yeah,
I know I'm doing a good thing. Like, I feel on the moral high ground. I don't feel like I'm
yeah.
doing a bad thing, which a lot of people feel like they think it's bad because it's, but I don't care. And so you walk around proud, and
Right.
it helps. Somebody in the store will, even if they don't take it off, then they think in their mind, I'm like, oh, you know what, that skinny dude had no problem doing it. Like,
Hmm.
maybe next time I'll do that.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, for me, it's like I'm I'm a short woman, and like I cry easily, but like I walk around stores and I'm just like happy. I do my thing. I wear
mhm,
this hat, and like
love it.
people don't they like once I stopped allowing myself to have anxiety over what would happen in a store, people stopped saying stuff to me. Like
Yeah.
it was
And when you
all the
know, when
times
truly
that
in
I
your
was
heart what
like,
you're doing is right,
mhm,
like,
yeah.
big man takes care of you.
Yeah, like people really, I swear it's like we literally are not on the same wavelength at all. Like I
Mhm.
swear people don't even see me. Like they
I've
will
seen see oh yeah, no, I saw somebody get yelled at not wearing a mask, and I was right there. No, it was like I wasn't in there.
yeah,
I
like
felt like I was
if
a
you just
ghost, like, or time froze, and I'm like,
mhm. Yeah,
because I'm
like
walking
you
around so
literally,
proud, like,
like,
they knew they
you
can
are
never
not
take this
in
away from me. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
you are not in their
Hmm.
you're not in their wavelength. Like they literally can't see you. If you were just like happy in yourself and you're just like, hey, I'm just gonna go shopping, like I'm not gonna think about this stuff. I'm
Hmm.
not like the biggest, I think the hardest thing that has helped me though is that I just I mean, yes, it still makes me mad to see
Yeah.
how just like dumb people are, but like I just don't let that show when I am out and among them. Like when I'm gonna go into a store, I'm just like, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go shop, I'm gonna do my thing, it's gonna be
Mhm.
great. And people don't, they really don't see me. Like they'll glance at me and then they just they just like look elsewhere. Like they literally just like look right over me because I just am like emanating this feeling of just like, I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't
Yeah.
care what you're going to say. Like, go ahead and try and talk to me. Like, I'm just going to be friendly and like, I'm just
The
going to
Willy
tell you,
Wonka approach is
going
what
to get
is
my
the best way to go
kombucha.
about it. Yeah.
And yeah, but like people, they seriously do not even,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
on their
If
radar.
you look like you're
And
scared, you know, it's kind of like a lion and a gazelle. You know, like if you come across like a lion in the wild, like if you start like running or doing or showing any signs of that, they run after you. But if you just
yeah,
walk by, like you're not even noticing them, they don't notice
exactly.
you. It's
You
literally
act,
like that. They're picking up on your emotions,
yep.
and that's if they're like, oh, that guy's scared. He needs to be told he's yeah.
Exactly.
It's
If you act like prey, predators
mhm.
will treat you like prey.
Damn
But
right. Yeah,
if
you
you
get it.
act
Yeah.
like here I am, like come say
Mhm.
something, like I don't
Yeah,
care. Like
because they're jealous of you. They see
yep,
you as powerful, and they're like, "Oh, she mentally went to that stage. I
yep,
respect that, you know."
exactly.
And that's really how all this nonsense ends. If it, I mean, at this point, I don't think I think whatever the plan is, it's going to carry out at this point. But at least we're gonna, you know, be somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um, you
we're
know,
going somewhere for sure.
I
Yeah.
can I talk about the reason why my channel got shut down real quick?
Yep,
So
go for it.
so basically I became obsessed with this magnet arm challenge that was going
hmm
over TikTok,
I've seen a
and
lot of videos of it.
you
Yeah.
have okay. They've been have you seen them on YouTube because they're heavily
Um,
censored on YouTube.
Yeah, the friends have been sharing stuff on Facebook, which I'm surprised that they haven't been taken down.
Oh, okay.
Like, but yeah, I've seen most stuff on Facebook or on Instagram or yeah, I mean, there's just I don't know, you can't censor everything, so like yeah, I've definitely seen
YouTube
it, but
calls. I mean, they shut my
YouTube is-
video down in
yeah,
30 minutes. It was going viral, and then I tried to re-upload it on my new channel I just made as a bear, which is N-word scissor hand bear. And as soon as I uploaded it, like it didn't even let me. So it was already on the radar. And then
right.
I looked, and it wasn't the one, the hour long one that I originally did. It was one that was on YouTube already, but had like 400 views. But so I was like, well, that one's allowed. So I
Mm,
downloaded it and I uploaded it. Didn't let me do it. And then I realized what YouTube's doing is they're controlling the opposition. They have like that's their channels, and they keep changing the views and they're deleting all the comments. So it looks like they're not deleting the whole concept. What they're
right.
doing is just controlling it, making it look like it's nobody cares. It's only a few
Yeah.
hundred views. But if you look at videos from before, like I still have people like commenting on my other videos just saying, "Are you the Mr. Crumb that had that video? I was watching it until I got cut."
Mm,
I couldn't believe it. Like there are people dying to see all this evidence.
right.
So that made me think like, well, this is the most I've ever seen. And I've been analyzing this stuff for a while. And so yeah, and so I looked, you know, they had like a fact checking box that started coming up like right after me because I think mine was like I think I sparked something, honestly. Um,
hmm
because people were like thirsty for this information. I couldn't believe how
Right.
many. It was like flying down. I mean, more than I'm like, where were you guys when I post stuff? Any my cool music, but like
Right.
it was like, oh, like holy shit, this is going viral. So that's when I put it on my Mr. Crumb one too, and that started going viral. And
Mm,
because I tested it on the other one to see if it was okay. And after like 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, maybe this is okay. Community guidelines. As soon as I started going there, it was just shut down and it was for medical misinformation of just
right.
showing other people saying that the magnet was sticking at the point of insertion. So
Right. And like how is that harmful in any way to say,
we
hey,
all know why it really is harmful. I mean, like,
yeah,
it
exactly.
destroys their narrative. And this is
Yeah,
why I think it's so important to really spread this curiosity with everybody. This might be our best chance we'll ever have, in my opinion, because what it is a collection of videos of not us, not our kind of people, but those kind of people proving themselves wrong. Like, they're like in the moment, they're like going, it's the sheep people going like, oh my god, and they're acting like in a way that we can never act, and that will wake people up way more than we ever will with our did you know this, did you know, like, no, their minds are off when we're doing that. Like, they've already decided that we don't want to listen to us, but they'll listen to people that are like, oh my god, I got the vaccine, I'm so excited. Oh, what's that? Like, that is, they are scared of that. And if people, it's something that people can prove. It's like the P900 camera. Like, it's like, wait a minute, all of a sudden, like, flat earth would be nothing without that, because that is one thing that we can prove ourselves and verify ourselves. Everything else is kind of speculative, like, we could talk about what this is and what that person says it is, but the camera is the reason why flat earth came out. This magnet arm thing, I think if enough people made it kind of viral and like became a thing and did it now while people are taking these second,
people would stop taking them
because it's time sensitive. We can't prove this like 6 months down the line, because it's the closest to the time of injection is when the most prominent this happens. After a few weeks, it goes through your system. That's why they're saying you're not allowed to have an MRA for 6 to 8 weeks, because it would fly out of you. And that's where these blood clots are coming. I mean, I don't know. Oh, fuck. You're probably going to get this taken down just because I said that shit. Oh, Christ. But I just realized, are you recording this in StreamYard? You're going to get I hope you don't get a strike.
Good. That's fine.
It's worth it. I'd like to, I mean, like, it's like, this is the kind of thing it's really like, it could spread like wildfire. It shouldn't be that hard to make at least everybody curious enough to grab a magnet and just try it. And it's not working on everybody, but I don't know why. Like, not every chocolate bar had the golden ticket in it. It doesn't mean that, that doesn't prove. People were texting me like, it didn't work on me. I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm just saying this is what they're saying, and it's worth looking into. Yeah. And the damage control is just awful. Like, the way they're trying to say false on the fact check, it's the most pathetic I've ever seen. Like, this is something that they did not plan on. So their damage control isn't like in the works. Like, you can kind of tell everything else is. This is something they're frantically just, I don't know what to do. Fact check. They're all lying. That's what they're saying. Yeah. They don't even have a good explanation. This is a lie that can be exposed, and it's just so censored that but I mean, there was a time before the internet when rumors would spread across the world. We don't need it's people at work. You need one normie just to have it done to them, and then they're gonna ask them. And so I think it's going to spread. I hope it's just because it's time sensitive. I've been kind of obsessed with it, and I'm just trying to like take advantage of that, I guess, because there's no denying it at that point. There's nothing in the ingredients list that is metallic, let alone magnetic. And if they did, it's not, I mean, like, it's highly awful to have anything like that in your body. And there's nothing they can say that'll make, at this point, like, make it look like they can't. And so it sucks, but at least, like, I feel like that would help the cause a lot. Like, I think it's the best opportunity I've ever had. We've ever had.
If you can spread the word and get even one person who was thinking of getting this, that they then change their mind and they don't get it, like,
exactly.
That's one.
Exactly. Yeah. Someone that had the first one and was on the fence with the second one. That's why I posted on my Instagram. I wanted my friends just to see it, like people I know and love, like, just to put it in their mind, try for themselves, like, just an idea. And that could be, it's just, this is something that could, you don't need to argue about, like, we can argue all day whether it's true or not. Like, no, we can prove it. We're not taking the words of liars and our perspective on what those, on how to, interpret it. This is something that if somebody does it and they're like, what the hell is this? And I'm seeing more and more videos on like Odyssey, on BitChute, and on mostly on TikTok, but I don't really know TikTok. Right. I'm offering anybody like $50 if somebody just screen records their phone for like a few hours and just look at all of those and all the ones that say #magnet challenge and just screen record and one of the apps where it's not recording your voice as well, one that's just recording the audio. If you do, like, if anybody, like, you want to do, like, I will offer like somebody who's willing to just watch them all and then like send a recording of all of those. That would be awesome. I just can't stand doing that. But yeah, the more of those, the better. I'm at like 2.5 hours of just 20-second clips of people doing this. Wow. And once I get enough, I'm going to do 24-hour live stream on random channels that I don't care get taken down, and just keep doing that. And just so people like get curious. If enough people get curious, it'll spread beyond controllable virability. Like exactly. And so I think I really do think it's a really good opportunity. So I don't know. Yeah. I saw Alex did it and it worked, like on his channel. Nice. And I'm really stoked he did that. Because I emailed David Weiss a few days ago and I said, dude, this is real. And I sent him a video and he said, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And he said, oh yeah, we're working on getting Alex to do it. And then I saw a few hours later that he did that video. He did that on Instagram, not on YouTube. And and it's like I 100% trust that he didn't like manipulate the magnet. Like, there's no way. And it seemed silly of me at first. And I bought, I ordered some really strong magnets online. And I highly encourage people to like get a hold of one, keep one in your wallet in case something ever comes up, so you can do that. I know it's scary because it's kind of like really proving that what's going on, but I don't know what's in it. I don't know. I'm not claiming it's a chip or anything. It's just It's just not what's claimed by that, and that's should be enough to get something going. And the more that they try to control it, and they're going like, this lie is bad. Like, it's like I don't know how, like, their damage control is really, really bad. And I have like a Dropbox link where anybody can download the full one, but there's also like, I think Tim Truth, if you look up Tim Truth on Odyssey or BitChute, he's doing great stuff. Especially, so like look up Magnet Challenge on those.
So the craziest thing, since you started talking about this, we went from 13 people watching to 130.
Uh-oh. Are you serious?
I've never once had that many live viewers.
Oh, you're right. Look at what is going on. Are these bots? This is freaky. They have to be. This is scary shit. This is fucking scary. Look at this.
It literally jumped from 13 to 130 in like 5 seconds.
Oh my God. You're right. Like, room raid. What's going on?
Hello, people. So
who are these people? Do they know you?
I have not seen almost any of these names. I mean, Michelle L, she's here all the time. Young Love 4020, I know her. But most of these people are randoms.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is what, Jesus. All right. This is why I've been obsessed the last few days. Like, because you're right. 145. You have 145 views.
There are people out there who get it. There are people out there who want this information. There are people who are questioning what we're being told, and
oh my God,
needs to be heard.
Your chat is going insane right now.
It's like I can't even keep up with it.
Who are these people?
168 viewers. Like, are you kidding me?
174 now.
Wow.
What is going on? 176. Why? What?
We are real and who want to see what you are about. Well,
no, I don't think so.
I'm Dottie, and this is my friend Crumb, and we're just having a chat about whatever we want, really.
Oh my God.
But
so anybody want to hear a song? Oh, now we got some people here. All right, it's song time.
Please subscribe to Crumb's channel. It's in the description box. He's great at music. So Crumb,
yeah, that's what we're all about. We're all about some music, huh? Oh my God.
You like the tinfoil hat? You can get that at tinfoilhatfactory.com. They ship really fast. You'll get it within a week. Do it. It's awesome. Anyone who thinks the earth might be flat, you need a tinfoil hat to go with it. So
nice. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little freaked out right now. This is freaking me out.
Someone just said I hit 500 subscribers. Like, I was at 441 when we started this. Like, there's no
what, and it wasn't until I started talking about that.
I literally, like the last few minutes of you talking about that, my chat just fucking exploded. So thank you all for being here.
There's no way to search for because I'm talking about something. That doesn't happen.
Right? Dude, look at this. Let's see if it'll show. It's not gonna focus. 534 subscribers. I
got 20 when I you have 191, 181. This is out of control. What can somebody in the chat that just joined this channel tell me why the fuck you are here?
Yeah, how did you find this channel? Did it get recommended to you? Did this video, like, where did it pop up from? Because like my channel it's a conspiracy channel. And
Montegraph sent us. Who's Montegraph?
Montegraph? I don't know.
Helping smaller channels. Yeah, but why then? This is weird. This is weird. Who's Montegraph? What's Montegraph?
You're being room rated by Montegraph.
Room rated by Montegraph?
Montegraph room raid to spread positivity. I mean, all right.
The odds of that right then? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, Montegraph. I'm gonna have to Google this. What is Montegraph?
That's wow.
I'm looking at the Montegraph. Okay. He's live right now. Montegraph, $8 billion. Okay, all right. So there's a live thing here. He's got 61 subscribers. There's some bears in the chat in on his. So Montegraph. Nice. Is this genuine?
I've never seen anything like this, and it was only when you started talking about the magazine.
Okay, I'm looking on Montegraph's channel. There is somebody with a bear name there.
Shout out to the bears. I'm retarded bear. What up? What up?
I'm N-word Scissorhand bear. And what up? I think I want to be friendly. I'm not buying. You have 184 watching. Yeah. 478 subscribers. You got 153 likes. That's amazing.
That's crazy. Like
your channel's blowing up. That's so cool. Oh, you know what it might be? I don't know, because if it's possible, I highly doubt this, but I've had people asking, like, are you the Mr. Crumb that made that video before it went down? Isn't that nuts?
Dude, crazy.
Can people in the chat tell us why you are here? Come on, this is without saying we just want to give you love. I mean, come on, let's be real here. We were talking about a certain topic, and then all of a sudden we got this. So, are you guys real? Are you guys real?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Susan Donahue. Do you know who that is?
Nope.
Wrote my name. What song do you want to hear, Susan?
Yeah.
Susan, can I play you a song?
Get a song request.
I would like to hear this. I want to give a song. Okay, somebody new that we don't know. Give me a song request. Okay? Name any song, and I'll play it. Seriously, just support. We do this out of nowhere.
Really? Montegraph, real dude. Dottie, you are the best. Well, that's Sue Finelli. Everybody loves Sue. She's team leader.
Everybody loves Sue. She's team leader. Anything Prince. All right. Well, these people are real, I think. Weird. I don't know.
About bigger channels supporting small channels. Okay. Someone said "Lean on Me." That's a song. Some old Incubus.
You know the words? Sometime in your life, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll make you carry on, but it won't be long. One day you'll need somebody to lean on. All right. Well,
awesome.
It's a mad world. All right. Well,
Dottie is a hottie.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Great. I've never had this many people in chat.
No, let's break down what happened here. We talked about a certain thing that
it was crazy timing. Like that was
this is related for sure. There's something timing. These people are real. I think I want to subscribe to every single one of you. I will. I'm gonna
Dude, like everybody is saying nice things. Like I haven't had to ban people. Like I will.
They can work for YouTube for all I know. They can be real people. Like, I mean,
if you're in my chat and you're being a psychopath and a jerk, I will ban you. Like you aren't welcome here if you're going to be crazy. Everyone is being nice. Like everyone is being friendly and great. Like no problem. So you're welcome to be here.
What is going on, Dottie? What the fuck? This is why I've been freaking out over the last few days.
You and I both have small channels, so like this is wild for me. So.
Well, that's the thing is like when I posted that one video detested, I had one subscriber. That was me on my other channel. I got 20 subscribers in 20 minutes on a channel that I've never posted shit, and it was. Right when I started talking about, I mean, at this point, does it matter? I just would really, I don't want to give you a strike. And at this point, all right, someone give him lyrics. I saw a page. Somebody said Mad World. Can you play that?
You can play that.
But I mean, I don't want to take over your stream, but like we kind of asked. It was more of like seeing if they're real. It wasn't really thinking like.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's being nice, so I'm perfectly fine with that. Like
they've all just decided to be like nice, and I don't know. Or I guess that's really cool. This has never happened to you before. Everybody sub her. Yeah, get some subs. Cool. Yeah, I mean, check out my channel. If it's not in the link.
Crumb's channel is in the description box, so go ahead and sub his channel and sub mine if you want. Like I do 3 times, so you can come and listen to me read the Chronicles of Narnia. So that's what I do mostly. Crumb plays music every Sunday night, and so just come for the high vibes and good times. So.
Yeah. Whoa. Excuse me. That was a little much. All right, this is for whoever requested Mad World. Let's see, y'all. Weird sound. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places. worn out faces. Do you want to sing it? And will I play?
I will need to get the lyrics up. I knew some of them, but
okay. Because I think what I heard was like a delay, but I think what they hear is what you hear, so that's good. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. The tears are filling up their glasses. No expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The tears in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. People run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. And people waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And they feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me. No one knew me. Tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me. Look right through me. And I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. The tears in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. People run in circles, it's a very, very
very nice.
Fun. That was fun.
Awesome. Do you know how to play Crazy?
Which one? I remember when. Yeah, I got that.
Let me get the lyrics for that one. Such a great song.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Crazy is the song I've been. It sucks because all of Owen's go-to songs are my go-to songs. It's just too weird. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's freaking weird.
But
like,
see, you and him have such different styles that, you know, like, musicians are going to be inspired by the same thing. Like, they just are.
Well, I always thought of him as more of a comedian and side musician where and so the fact that he does the Truman Show song just freaks me the fuck out because that's the reason I started playing piano in 1998 was I just loved that 1 minute part of the song. Like no one plays that ever. I've never known anybody that knows that. And it's such a a thing. So it's just weird to me. It's weird. I don't know. But yeah, Crazy. Do you like to do it slow or do you want to do it? I think I'm crazy.
I like it slower. Yeah.
Let's find a good key. A minor. I remember when. Is that too low for you?
Nope, that's fine. I'll adjust to whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna sing in whatever key I sing in.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. Add a little bit of harp and strings. One of my keys is broken. I gotta work around that. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so special about that day. Maybe your emotions had an echo, so much space. Now you're out there, without a care. Yeah, I was almost time. You sing it.
But
I don't have the words in front of me.
But it wasn't because I didn't know enough.
I just knew too much. That made me crazy. That made me crazy. That made me crazy. Probably. They're definitely gonna get a copyright strike for sure. My heroes and life I want to live. I can remember.
That's my only advice.
Come on now, who do you think you are? Ha ha ha, bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Well, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Possibly. I like to just do like a little bit of portions of songs. I feel like the whole songs kind of get a little long, and maybe you won't get a copyright strike for that.
Maybe.
That's fun. This fun. One key broke this week, and it's throwing everything off. I'm throwing this thing in the trash.
That you need.
I thought maybe it wouldn't make a difference. It's screwing everything up. I don't know.
You lose the middle C, and it's just downhill.
That's how it happens. So how many are watching now? Where are we at?
Looks like we've dropped down.
Oh, 65.
It looks like it mellowed out, but
you know what's weird? Okay, on the Montygraph channel, it was like 700, and when I looked over, and now that's 236. So maybe it really is people. You know what? Maybe it's a live thing. So like people are listening who's live.
Yeah, I think he does. Kirk Wilson says Montygraph does room raids. He did the same to Alex Stein not too long ago. Sue said that that he did it to Ceiling Fan Man as well a few months ago. I'm at 592 subscribers. I gained like almost 160 subscribers in like
that's amazing.
10 minutes. Like
you have to understand how that's my brain's just
my brain has turned to gravy.
That's what happened when I just posted that video. So it was the exact same.
Dude, it was crazy timing for.
Oh no! It can't be a coincidence. This is screwing with me. It's so weird. I love Kirk. He's awesome. Oh my god, that was weird. Yeah, now we're at 65 watts. What? That's a great idea, room raids. I love that. That's so awesome. Cool. I hope, man. What's a great? If I ever got like a lot of subscribers, I would totally do that. I never thought of that. That's like, really rad.
That is such a very cool
There's
thing.
So many streams though that like could be really boring to send people to. Like I don't know. Like luckily we had it going on here.
That was. I mean, the timing was just insane for what you were talking about. Like for
Well,
people to not be bots and coming in and storming the
that's
chat.
what makes me wonder. Like, was I supposed to continue to talk about that? Like, was I supposed to do the Lord's work and talk about it, or was
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, or I stopped because I thought it was like an attack. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like I got attacked like that. I mean,
No,
am I?
man, everybody was throwing up hearts and just saying really nice thing. Like, oh, someone said, "Oh, we've gone to some terrible channels." So it was
Yeah.
just luck that mine got picked.
Oh
So
my
like,
god.
it's awesome. Like, yeah,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
hopefully,
That's
hopefully
so
you got a
funny.
good handful of subscribers too. And
I
yeah,
hope so. Yeah. I mean, like honestly, like I came to the conclusion a couple of weeks ago that I'm not gonna like really try to like build my channel like I wanted, like I did before.
right,
Only because like I mean, what's the real point? Like, what am I trying to gain? Like, am I trying to have fame? Not really. I'm trying to just find more like-minded people.
right.
And you know, the more
You
you get like big or the more subscribers, then you kind of lose time. And I love time so much
right,
that like I'd be scared to like overnight have to email people back a lot and do that.
yeah,
And you know, because if people are nice enough to like reach out, that takes time of me getting used to that kind of responsibility. And also like it's if it's like it's not I'm never gonna be monetized. So like I have no
right,
financial incentive, whatever. I don't even want to be. I'll never sign up for that.
yeah,
They're gonna, you know, and so but ever since I started thinking like that, like people have come way more. As soon as you take away the profit motive and you do things genuine, it's really weird how everything just kind of starts working out. It's like how we're
right.
supposed to live. You know, just
Yeah,
like how animals do. So
I have told people on streams many times that like it doesn't bother me that I get 25 to 50 views on my story time. The purpose of that is because I enjoy reading to people, and you can come to my channel and you can know that you're going to watch a video that doesn't hate you. Like my
yeah,
story times are very relaxing and nice. They're great stories. Like I'm not reading stories that are programming you to be psychopaths or anything like that. Like they're very good stories. I mean, the Chronicles of Narnia are without a doubt some of the best stories ever written. They're unbelievable. And after I finish reading this series, I'm going to read The Lord of the Rings. So, like I'm reading very good stories that need to be heard because they teach you really good lessons about good and evil, and
do you get
they're
copyright strikes for reading stories? Like, is there anything wrong
I
with that?
I don't get strikes for reading. I get strikes for sharing my screen. Like if I share someone's fireplace, that's what I'll get a strike for. But
I've
just
always thought
reading,
about reading the Great Reset book, like on live streams, or because people need to read that book. I
right?
read it
Yeah,
in
and a
June.
lot of people just flat out don't read. Like a lot of people want to
They want the
they,
audio.
they want to listen to something while they're working, while they're driving, while they're doing
Mhm.
whatever. And so yeah, like you can come to my channel and I'm gonna speak my mind. Like
Sure.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat stuff. Like I do have rants on my channels. Like if you want to listen to me ranting about stuff, like I have those on here too. But really, like I try to just give people a place to come that you can hang out in the chat, you can chat with friends, like meet people, and you can just listen to something that isn't trying to make you think a certain way, or like none of the stuff
No
that I'm
agenda.
telling you is
Are
to
you on the
make you
Beartaria
think
Bar
something.
Beartaria app? Are
What's
you
that?
on Beartaria? I always
Oh
say it
yeah,
wrong.
Bertaria Times app.
Beartaria, yeah. Yeah, I'm on it too. Yeah, and I like how it's like
It's
we're all
great.
awake here. We don't need to be reinforcing.
Yeah.
Keep it positive, you know. Yeah, it's important to have that.
Yeah, I met a bear on there that him and I have been talking for a month now, and it's just awesome. But yeah,
Mhm.
like all that whole app is just it forces me to be, because like I still have Instagram and I still have Facebook, and I still shit post on there. Like I don't care. Like I'm gonna share the memes or whatever I think is funny. But on Bertari Times, like it really does make you just makes you want to be a better girl. Like, you know, it makes you it just forces you to be like, you know, maybe I don't need to swear in this post, or I'm not going to post that meme here, or like, how can I write this so that it's happy? And you know,
absolutely. Swearing's bad. I listen to some of my streams and I'm cussing way too much. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a sweary woman, and I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a time and place for it. Like, you know, Bertaria times, I can be clean and nice and whatever. But on my Facebook or my Instagram, like, if I want to say fuck, I'm going to say it. Or if I want to say that, like, oh my gosh, the thing like a week ago that was getting to me is like this gas shortage. And I just like, I shared a few memes. I'm just like, dude, you people are so retarded. Like, what are you doing? And I don't know. I just don't hold back. But some of that stuff, like, I wonder if like someone has created these like pictures or memes to throw out to the public to make everybody think that something is happening, and then it will make other people like freak out and react to it, because
it gives power to the state that something. They're basically like testing the waters to see how manipulated we can be by something. Like for example, they were trying to spin that like the Bitcoin going down, which is a healthy cycle. If it didn't, it'd be weird. It's really good that it's doing this. People were saying, "Oh, damn, Elon Musk. He said something about Bitcoin and it's going down." I'm like, no. It's not like it's in every country. People use Bitcoin. It's not like people in Korea are like, "Oh, yeah, Elon Musk." Like, no one gives a shit. Like, there's no way one dude can say something and manipulate that kind of. It was supposed to. You look at, I follow these things. It's a Fibonacci sequence. It's very natural. But now everybody thinks that Elon Musk, which is obviously a controlled puppet, they think that this guy has that kind of power. And so they're going to do everything this guy says and buy these shit coins that don't make any sense to buy. Yeah. And there's just so many ways. They're just figuring out ways to manipulate us into thinking that they have this power.
Right.
And it's just nonsense. And like, that's how the Bolshevik Revolution started, was a toilet paper shortage. That was the scare. I mean, they do that as like a sign. They're like, are they dumb enough? Let's test the waters with out of like, toilet paper.
They're like, okay, man, like let's see if they buy this one. Like they're like, okay, I got 5 on that. Like, there's no way that they're that dumb.
That's all this is. 10 guys around a table just going like, I wonder whose military will win. I think let's whip up some propaganda and say that China is really bad. I love when people talk about China. I'm like, who? Name one person in China. Like the president of China, the what? Like, well, there's a lab guy. All right, well, that guy. Have a problem with that guy, not the entire fucking country. Right. There's so many people in China. I hate China. What kind of shit is it's such a scapegoat? Like, you just gonna blanket your entire hatred over it. It doesn't make sense.
What? Like the dry cleaner, that guy, or it's
right. Yeah. It's like I hate all dry cleaners.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Like all of China, the most populated giant country.
And by the way, your channel, I think it was at like 230-ish subscribers, and you're at 295 right now. Yeah.
You out of here. That's so cool.
So if 5 people in chat will please go and subscribe to Crumb's channel, he will break 300. So
300. I don't understand it. Actually, I had 100 subscribers up until February because it was a ghost town for the last 10 years, and I just started really using it. And yeah, so I mean that's awesome. I will say this though, as far as like as many views as I have on my streams, I'll get like 100 views, 120-ish, and that's compared to like to have like 200 subscribers and 100 views on my live streams. I like that ratio. So if you guys are subscribing, please check out my videos too, so I keep that nice ratio. Not to get all fake users, but that's really cool. This is what I've always wanted, was to have a little theater platform here before I'm kicked off eventually, inevitably kicking off of YouTube.
Oh, and just like that, you're at 305.
What?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you all. You're very kind.
That is so cool. Yeah.
So once your channel is back up and running, Crumb
well,
does.
It's up. I'm just not allowed to stream or upload for a week.
Yeah, you're just on a strike. But
right.
once he is back live streaming, he does music streams on Sunday nights, and
Sundays at 8 o'clock. Yes,
well worth it.
I will take requests.
And he talks to the chat, and it's a very good way to start the week. So
you want to see a little prequel of the video I'm going to be doing? I'm getting edited right now. It's just I think I showed it to you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, this is a different version. And okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to don't talk because it'll echo for a second. So I do that and go to
quarantine for just 2 weeks. Stay away from me for just 6 feet. A quarantine, yeah, for 2 more weeks.
Yeah, there we go. And yeah, and so I have so many more in that style. I have you've been fast as stroke. And I wonder if I could play. I'd love to play a song. Do you want to hear the audio? It came out so good. Like I actually can do AC/DC way better than I thought. And I owe it all to Bob because in the chat from Glowbusters, Bob, like he was like, you do a good Brian Johnson. I'm like, who? And I'm like, so then I was like working on it. I'm like, I think I can do this.
Yeah, you do have that. You have that kind of eccentric in a good way voice. So yeah,
it's really, really, really raspy. Like I can pretty much do like anything rasp. So like, okay, let's see if you can. I'm pretty excited about this. This one is me doing Back in a Mask. And see if you can hear it. Can you hear this?
Back in a mask. I got the jam. It's been too long. I'm glad to be fast. Yes, I got the juice. I took 2. Tell me, Dr. Fauci, what you want me to do? 'Cause I'm fast.
So I got that one, and then I got this one. Pretty excited for this one.
I took a fast vaccine during quarantine. It was the worst damn shakes I have ever seen. I'm not on my left side, but dirt told me.
All right, so yeah, there's that one, and then I have one called Hell's Bells Palsy, and it's not really. I'm not doing a parody. It's just Angus is like shaking, and I'm just wondering, are you all right? And it came out. This is my favorite one. So check this out.
Hell's bells! Oh, Angus, are you all right? A palsy! Oh, man, you're shaking, oh woman! You're shaking! Hell's bells! Somebody call a doctor! Where's Fauci? A palsy! Dr. Fauci, hello! Hell's bells! Hello! Dr. Fauci! A palsy! Hello!
So obviously, when I get this final edit cut, I can't wait to see it. But it's gonna be really funny. ACDC is this little gag I'm doing here. Are we still alive? Are we?
We're still rolling. Yeah.
How many?
Everyone in chat is loving it. There's 58 here right now, and
cool.
Yeah, everyone's loving it. So.
The music came in. It came in good. I don't know.
Music came through good. Yeah.
You're gonna get definitely copyright for that. Oh, what's up? Oh, Spicy Sarah's in here. Yay! And Kirk and
order imperialsalsa.com. Get some salsa from Spicy Sarah. It's amazing.
That's right.
Super spicy. And yeah, it's really good.
Oh, really this is so cool. So cool. I can't wait till this Sunday. I hope, it was like they said 7 days, and it was taken away like 4 hours before I was going to go stream. So I'm hoping I'm really hoping that they're true to their specific 7 days down to the minute, so they allow me to. But if not, if it is like a Monday thing, I promise to do it Monday night, I guess. But everybody streams on Monday. I like my Sunday.
Yeah.
If anything, I'll just do it. I'll do it late, and if no, like if at midnight or something. I don't know, but I think it will. I don't know. Are you gonna join me on Sunday?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
Hey,
I'll be there. I'll be there.
I'll be there. Cool. You're probably getting this. You're probably getting tired now because you're.
I was just thinking you're probably about ready to wind it down.
I got you. Okay. Well, thanks for having me, though.
Yeah, this was great. It was awesome. Shout out to everyone in chat, and thanks for all the subscribers. Like that. Yeah. I never ever could have expected that ever. Like I think we topped out at like 199 viewers. So like that
might have been divine intervention. It might not have been like an evil thing. Honestly, that's exactly what happened when I posted that video. It's like almost like I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I should have kept talking about that. To be honest,
everyone I saw, like it was all very positive comments. I mean, it was going really, really fast. So I'm sure there could have been, a couple bad ones in there, but like everything I saw was just like hearts and like, you guys are killing it. Like it's awesome. And so like everyone
it just makes me wonder if it's AI or like bots or something. Cause that's the comments I got on that video were like that too.
Yeah.
But they might've just,
I'm here to have loving bots. Like, hey,
bots are cool.
Like,
bots are cool.
If you're gonna be a bot, just be kind.
The only time I've ever seen that was when I brought up that one topic, and it's happened 3 times now. One on each of my channels, and then now, and every time I'm on YouTube and I'm doing anything about that topic, it's like what the hell? So I don't know if anybody just. Try the experiment. Take one of those, take something magnetic and, I know nobody here actually has done it, but if you know anybody, like
tell your friends to
tell your friends, get them curious.
Your friends are going to have the magnet stick to your arm.
If you get a friend to do it and if it actually sticks to them, they're going to tell everybody. So just need a few more of those because they'll spread, like they'll be like, what the hell is this? Hey, dude, check us out. Like, but they're not allowing a lot of people to even hear of it, and so if we can just let it spread like normally, that would be amazing. It'd be amazing if the chat started flying right now because I brought it up again. Then I would know. Then I would be like,
okay, that
happened. I literally would start debugging my house and getting really freaking paranoid. I'm on a list, man.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Well,
thanks for having me, Dottie. You're great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to end this. Thank you all for being here. And it's kind of random when I do my story times, but most likely it'll be on maybe Wednesdays, probably Wednesdays. I don't know. Could be early Sunday. I don't know. I really don't have a schedule and when I do story time, but I do try to do a couple chapters a week. So it might actually be Sunday before Crumb streams. So that seems to be a good day to do it. But
awesome.
Anyway, thanks y'all for being here and much love. See you on the flat side. And